Don't give up. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. If your response to the title of this devotional was, "What breakthrough? What is he talking about?" or "How could he possibly know whether my breakthrough is close or not?" then the chances are this post is not for you. Having said that, however, keep listening, and if you are open, God will speak to you. For those of you who felt faith rise up in you when you read or heard the title, take this devotional as a word from God for you. It is a word to encourage you not to quit, to keep going until you see the manifestation of what you are believing for. One of the problems we have is that we cannot usually see what is going on in the spiritual realm, which means that we cannot see just how close we are to the breakthrough that we have been believing for. There have probably been times in the past when we have become discouraged and let go of our faith just before we would have received our breakthrough. Therefore, we need to remain steadfast in our faith and not loosen our grip on whatever we are believing for. We need to see with the eye of faith. Hebrews 6 verse 12 in the Holman Christian Standard Bible says, "Be imitators of those who inherit the promises through faith and perseverance." So let's take a look at some of the people that we should be imitating. Noah was told that God was going to flood the earth and that he should build an ark. Noah spent decades building the ark. What if Noah had become discouraged? What if he'd thought, "This is ridiculous. Why am I wasting my time building this ark? There's never even the remotest danger of anything flooding, never has been and most likely never will be. I thought that I heard God, but that was a long time ago and I probably got it wrong. I quit." Or what about the Jewish people? What if during the years between the destruction of the temple in 70 AD and the establishment of the State of Israel in 1948, they'd starting saying, "Yes, we know that God promised that he would gather us back to our land, but it's been hundreds of years. If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. Let's just intermingle with the people around us. All we're getting from maintaining Judaism is persecution." We quit. But Noah didn't quit, and the Jewish people didn't quit. They knew that if God said something, it would come to pass, provided they didn't let go of what God had promised. They held on to their faith, and the passage of time was not able to dissuade them, and sure enough, because they did not give up, what God had said was fulfilled. We cannot see how close our breakthrough is in the spiritual realm. Often, though, there are clues as to when the breakthrough we are believing for is imminent. There is a saying, "It's always darkest just before the dawn." This saying is not from the Bible, neither is it entirely true, but we can learn something from it. One of the clues that a breakthrough is close is when the devil seems to have stepped up his attacks. I'm not saying that things have to get really, really dark in order for you to receive a breakthrough, but it is not unusual for the devil to use various negative circumstances in an attempt to discourage us and cause us to let go of what we're believing for, just as we are about to receive it. Another clue is that in the same way that a pregnant woman knows when the birth of her child is imminent, you can often sense when your breakthrough is about to happen. Satan does not want God's plan to come to pass in your life. He does not want you to receive God's best. He wants you to live a defeated life rather than a victorious life. Because of this, he will try to put negative thoughts into your head, thoughts of doubt, fear, and unbelief. Let's get real here. Sometimes those thoughts can seem totally overwhelming. Sometimes it can seem that everything is going wrong and that nothing is going right. What God has promised can seem like a fantasy that is never going to happen, and the temptation to give up can be extremely strong. Whatever you're going through today, don't lose hope. Your breakthrough is coming, no matter how strong the temptation is, to throw your hands up in defeat and wave the white flag of surrender. You can resist that temptation. We need to take an aggressive stance towards those thoughts of doubt, fear, and worry. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5 exhorts us to cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. You do not have to listen to Satan's lies. Every time doubts concerning what you're believing for come into your mind, refuse to accept them. Cast those unbelieving thoughts down. Take hold of whatever you're believing for with bulldog faith that absolutely refuses to let go. Determine that you will keep persevering until you receive the manifestation of what you are believing for. If you want God's best, you have to fight for it. Don't be passive. That just leads to defeat. Instead, refuse to be discouraged and keep declaring the victory that already belongs to you. Thank you for listening to our devotional. We hope that you have been blessed. If you have, please take the time to share it with a friend so that they can be blessed too. Also, please subscribe to our channel, click the like button, and leave any comments or prayer requests below.